Yeah. People are going to be there.
Captain L, if you're out there, he's not listening to this right now. But if somehow if you hear it, you know, maybe Smash 4 is in the cards. Who knows? I mean, I don't know if you ever have done a poll for side brackets and not gone by the poll results, but just to like take temperature.
I've always like wanted to do just a love letter to gaming through port. Just do all my favorite games. Do a Guitar Hero bracket.
That would be. I'm so in.
That would be so sick.
Guitar Hero, specifically Guitar Hero 2, I think is that's the one that most. I think if you're hardcore into that whole world, Guitar Hero 2 was really the one that was like.
Right.
Set things off. Or Rock Band 1.
Rock Band 1 also banger. Guitar Hero 3 is the one I think that everyone plays, at least those that are like professional Guitar Hero players.
Man, the song list on the Guitar Hero 3
Yeah, but they mod the game, so they have like custom music going into it.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah. There's a guy that I follow.
Hold on, I gotta take a call real quick.
The guy's like, hey, you know, hey, Mom, I'm going to be a little late coming home. I got to play JoJo.
And that right there is why Dylan is just like the best editor, like the best production manager you could ever have.
I was saying earlier, you know, we have Dylan running production for Port 8. I was thinking back to the clip where you have Subway Surfers, chess in the game. It's like, let me put 2 Sonics on screen.
Yeah.
Give me Sonics against Ken on main screen and just give me Subway Surfers and like a chess game.
And that was also shout-outs to Ziggy and Lentini for unironically some of, if not the best and most impressive commentary of any game ever I have ever seen. And like that clip went viral and the rotation and all the responses from randoms who have no idea who they were like, all right, this is kind of stupid, but yo, you can't say those commentators aren't fire because like they were
professional.
Swapping back and forth between each one and making real analysis. Like George knows chess, so he actually had some chess analysis.
It's skill.
Yeah, it was actually insane. JoJo making, I was about to say, with a decisive lead, with a decisive not lead to start this off. Fairly close to being lapped in percent, but I'm
happy with how these matches are going. None of these have been like very long or drawn out. You know, going to game 5, going to time each time.
We
along.
joke in PNW, but like there was only I didn't see all the Cascadia Clash matches because I couldn't see them all while they were happening while being in the house. But of the stuff I casted, there was only one game that went not 2 time, but it was within 7 seconds. And it was oh my gosh, it was it.
Ooh, this combo coming out from JoJo.
Yeah, oh my, that was 72%. You know, I remember like a year ago, people used to talk about Cattail and JoJo, and people would talk about like the differences between them. And people always kind of would talk about how Cattail kind of had maybe a little bit of a better or more extensive combo game. And I don't know if that was just nonsense or if JoJo got wind of that and was like, okay, well, I'm going to literally min-max my combo game. But I have been seeing, like 72% is no joke. That's a real combo.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
The other thing I was thinking of for Port, you know, we're bringing out a bunch of international players, and we're bringing them over from all around the world. The end goal of this, if we can get enough international talent out from each region, is to do a World Cup crew battle, where we do like Japan.
That would be hype.
Like do Asia versus Europe versus Latin America versus North America. Do a single elim bracket, and whoever wins gets a nice big trophy and a couple $1,000.
This is gross. These up tilts are so gross.
This is the Smash 4 classic. Yeah. You know, when Captain L's like, I want Smash 4 back, this is what he's asking for. He's asking for repeated up tilts. He's asking for...
Is that a big thing in Smash?
It is, yes.
Smash 4 is all about the repeated up tilts?
Yeah. If you're Mario, you down throw and just down throw at 0 and then up tilt, you can get like 45% off of that. It's ridiculous.
Just doing down throw, up tilt, up tilt, up tilt?
Yep. It's hilarious. It's a great game.
The signature.
Yeah, the pivot.
Sliding up tilt, just the.
See, I've seen Konga do that in Smash 4 so many times, and now it's just gone over to Bowser in Ultimate. It's gone over to Nanoash.
What? Yeah. That would be so sick, though, if you were able to get enough people from all those regions.
Japan crew's already set.
I was about to say,
Like,
I'm curious about the Europeans. Obviously, I want to have my either, like, I would love to see Siski or Quick, either of them.
Both of them are coming. They're in the trailer. We're flying them out. They're in the trailer.
I'm bad at watching trailers. I'm sorry, but I am glad to hear here tonight that we got 2 toxic piloters of Samus that everyone hates to ruin people's bracket runs. And imagine the crew. That's going to be 2 Samuses.
2 Samuses, a Wario, and like, I don't know, like a Steve and like a Luigi or something. Just super weird.
Who was the good European that Mystery Soul beat? It was at
Was it Rothlo?
Yeah.
Palutena player.
I don't know if that guy.
That guy could be good.
I don't know if he's. I just don't know the Europeans other than the Samuses who are all in Europe, and then like obviously Gluto. But like I'm just not that familiar with the Europeans.
No, there is a. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the European players either, but I do know that European crowds and European tournaments just get super hype. You've ever watched a French tournament?
Yes.
Those guys are going nuts.
I mean, here's the thing. I have to feel like just because, football, such a thing, cultural thing over there, and the cheering and the vibes around that, I think that I just like to imagine that the Europeans are kind of channeling some of that football
It's great.
energy
I love
into
it.
Smash.
I wish we could do the same thing with our crowds. I would love if this World Cup crew battle became a thing, and we have like a European crowd just like chanting obscenity, maybe not obscenities, but chanting at the North American crowd, the North American crowd chanting back. Like,
we kind of have, I mean, let's be real though, we kind of have that in Iwa.
A little bit,
like
yeah.
Iwa kind of does do that, but it's not the same as because specifically with I've watched some events and know what you're talking about with the French crowd specifically.
I want to see like a European chant. I want to see a North American chant for Europeans that's like, fish and chips is terrible. And I want to see the Europeans come back with, you got to pay for your health care. Just, something that's really good and
stings.
Just really targeted.
And then the Canadians, hey, we're not us though.
Yeah. That'd be great. I hope enough of them can show up because that would be a lot of fun to have.
So while just making unintelligible noises.
Yep. We'd have P&W in the background just going boosh all the time.
Or just going JD. Combos. Oh, living on that up B. But I mean, this is really just Jonas's game to lose here. At this point.
Yeah.
Gonna finally take that first stock, but I mean, it is Bowser though, because the comeback potential.
It's pretty huge. Yeah, it's Bowser.
I talked about this a lot in the sets at Port. Was just thinking like, there's certain games where it's like you have real huge comeback potential. Anytime Ganon obviously was on the screen, the game is just not over till the game is literally over.
Well, I remember watching Nanoash versus Solo, like Orbitar 90. The shield just do nothing.
Whoa, yeah,
it works.
Crouch shield as some tech.
Oh, he's dead!
Buddy. Okay.
You were talking about the comeback potential.
Yeah, the comeback potential. I thought the bomb would save him, though.
He was still, invincible when he had his that animation.
Oh, but what a call-out!
That was way to pull it together. Yeah.
Yeah, the shield break into just composure, into F-smash at ledge, stealing that stock from Bowser at sub 100, which is like never something
unheard
you see.
Of on Bowser, yeah.
I mean, F-smash pretty strong.
One of these guys is gonna, or they're both. I guess we have JDV and winner's side, but one of these top 3, they're fighting for their money back for port priority. They've all registered already. They're all gonna be there.
Yeah.
But they're aiming to get their $95 back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually, after I tweeted out the thing, like, almost immediately Nanoash was like, and a good chunk of the PR will now show up. They all are buying for it.
Yep.
All right, 1-1. getting things started. Yeah, the extensions off Zaire with Toon Link are so... They make me smile. I just love good Zaires. Wow, 77 unanswered %.
JoJo's doing a great job of kind of like juggling and dribbling Nanoash off stage.
Juggling. I like the juggling and dribbling as if he's just a giant turtle basketball.
Well, you know, if you want to talk about
my
the early spike,
gracious.
but I was going to say, if you want to talk about JoJo's dribbling skills, you know, see him on the soccer field. My guy plays mean, like, I don't know, positions. Forward, I guess. Wing. Back.
Yeah, no, wasn't there? I believe there was a Washington. I think it was like mostly like I think Seattle area soccer team. I don't know if I'm just making this up, but I feel like there was.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a Smash soccer team.
And you know what I want to see? I want to see if we can get a soccer field rented for port.
Right. I've actually started looking into that. Of course, because it's the government, they have not responded to me, and it takes forever. But it seems possible. Yeah. It seems very possible.
It would be great because I know Battle of BC did the 3-on-3 basketball.
Dude, we would get. Okay, here's the thing though. I was just thinking about the. Do you have any idea how much better the rest of the world is than us at soccer? Yeah. Because if you don't, we are about to find out. Like, I swear to... I just remember in high school, there was this German guy who was a former exchange student who came and played on our soccer team, and he was so good and so much better than everyone. We're just like, Timo, here's the ball, go score. And he would just dribble by everyone with his left foot, play lefty when he was righty, and score. And we were like, are you, like, really good in Germany? He's like, oh, I'm trash. I'm, like, in the C-tier league. So, like, yeah. Yeah, okay. Everyone, like, it's just culturally a much more significant game. So, like, obviously, I'm not saying all the Smash players are instantly good at soccer, but the odds are when you get to port priority 8 numbers and you're talking with that many people, like, there's going to be some people who are, like, really good.
Yeah.
I know it for sure. Yeah.
It would be funny to see, like, you know, we have what was that World Cup final a couple of years ago? It was like Germany and Brazil. Let's have the run back at Port 8.
Yeah, we could.
That's a good game. No.
Wow, impeccable DI. That is, and on the platform too.
That's yeah. JoJo has this where he's like,
that was crazy though. I want to see the percent that he lived. That was like literally perfectly DI'd into the corner to survive that Bowser bomb. Nah, honestly, basketball. I mean, the thing with basketball is like it's harder to get courts. It's not impossible, but it's like a little easier to find soccer fields. Also, November is low-key kind of soccer season anyways because it's like cold outside, but that makes for nicer weather to run around in.
Yeah. It'd be a good time. I'd be hyped to have a...
Kyle, you should actually... Have you watched... So you'd think that, but actually in the Olympics, the American team, they have done well. There have been times where it's a bunch of all-star players.
They lost the one year. Yeah,
because it's like it's a lot of individual contributors who are really good, but the team synergy isn't quite there compared to some of the other teams who maybe each have their respective role. So while individual skill-wise, like literally, it's not even comparable in terms of our top players. Like as a team, we don't always do the best. There's too much. I think part of it might just honestly be a little too much ego when you've got all of those players playing together and they haven't played and synced as a team as well.
Yeah. And sometimes also, you know, those all-star players, they don't take that competition too seriously when maybe they should, right?
Yeah, you would think so, representing their country. Maybe they just don't care. Oh, I see your logic. The worst placing NBA team. So, like, there's no ego. They're just trash, but they're still probably better than other like countries. I don't know. You might be onto something, honestly. What time does this local start? It's supposed to start. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Yo. Okay, I'm sorry. Dylan just put something on. I realized that none of y'all could see that. Just kudos to FTP.
You gotta flash that up there somehow.
You gotta just you gotta throw that on there.
Yeah.
So people know we're not insane people just laughing.
Yeah. Put it in chat. It's hilarious.
That kudos to FTP for that one. That was a. My guy knows how to create some instant viral content. That's gonna do numbers. That's doing numbers for sure. I'm instantly. That's a retweet for me.
That's going on the feed. Yeah.
All right, dying at 1. It's impressive how long Jonas lives against Bowser. Like,
I'm watching Jonas like rub his eyes, like my man's crying over here.
Just, you know.
It's a hard-fought set. You know who is coming back? H4.
Right, because he'll be back from
October.
Japan. Yeah, by
October.
then.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the.
He's my guy on the inside. He's over there. He's talking us up.
Is he?
Well, he apparently.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, he's over there competing and stuff. He's probably gaining some respect and notoriety, or yeah. I'm sure the Japanese know of him now.
Well,
I would presume.
Apparently, he's like good buddies with Alice, and that was the whole reason why Alice signed up. It's like,
dang.
Yeah. I have a recommendation from my good friend H4.
Did you even think about that, or that kind of naturally just developed? It's just like H4 is just over there.
I didn't even like hit him up or anything or ask him to do anything. I'm just sure, he's over there, he's talking up our scene, and he's like, hey, you should come to our major. And honestly, if Japanese players are going to go to a major, we're probably the closest.
I mean, West Coast for sure. I don't know the flights, how they work from Japan to LA or San Francisco or Seattle, but I would imagine it's just those places are the closest ones. Actually really even this game up, though. I was like dead even. Was looking for the F tilt there. Nice arrow dash attack. Been noticing, one thing I noticed that Jonas has gotten better at is working arrows into his game plan just generally. Like, didn't used to do it as much. Does it more now.
Hit that? I might have hit this wire. Yeah, okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Let's see how much extra credit Nanoash is able to get here. Probably not going to be a whole lot. Okay, down air is going to do it.
Down air killing off the top.
And potentially last stock of the tournament here for JoJo, and that opportunity to win that coveted Port Priority 8 pass. And, also just to start the season off with a bang here. Definitely wanting to get... This bracket today has been pretty stacked. A good chunk of the PR and PR adjacent people are here, so...
Yeah.
Just wanted to get started off with a bang.
It is, we were saying earlier that Cascadia Clash is over. Port takes center stage now, and we have these players working working as hard as they can to get ready for that big event in November.
Yeah, it's going to be... And we don't even have to switch up our rule set, right? It's going to be the same.
Rule set. Yeah.
I always did kind of...
We got to change the graphic, though.
Yeah. I always found it a little endearing how leading up to Port, everyone just swaps to Port 8 rule set just to, like, train for it.
Yeah.
Which, for most people who don't even get to play best of 5, doesn't really matter. But for our top players...
What if we made every local best of 5?
There's you joke, but there's actually been a lot of conversation recently around that. Like, I've seen it both within the PNW scene generally, and I've also seen it just from random TOs across the country talking about it. And I do think it's doable, and there are locals who do it. I believe Octagon, I want to say, does it. Running doubles here precludes me from doing it. Like, it would be impossible. But I do think if you have the right space, and you're good enough at running brackets, I don't think it's that crazy or that impossible a thing. If majors and super majors can do it, and they've shown now that they can,
let me tell you.
It can be done. It absolutely can be done.
The way to do it is to have a lot of setups, and at Port Priority 8, we will have 120.
120 setups?
Some poor man is driving them from Wisconsin.
Just one guy?
That's what they
do.
It's
in a big truck.
In a big truck,
yeah.
But that's what Gaming Generations does. They're based in Wisconsin, and
they just drive it out here. Wow, that's
drive it out
wild.
there in a truck.
That's so. Imagine being the person. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, honestly, to be paid to go like on a cross country kind of road trip.
Those guys.
Bro is just describing trucking as like a job.
But it's different.
It wouldn't be that. That's just a career.
It's different when you're. The thing is that driving a rig, like a semi rig, is a whole other kind of beast. I'm imagining the gaming gen guys just driving
they have trucks. They have like.
Oh, they have U-Haul. Yeah. Okay.
That is just trucking, my dude.
I assumed. I didn't think that. I assumed it would just be some giant, huge U-Haul, but 120 setups actually is so many. You need a big thing.
Yeah. The thing is, too, is that last year, I think we were the week after Let's Make Moves Miami, and Gaming Generations had also sponsored Let's Make Moves Miami, and they had all their setups in Miami. So what do? They drive from Miami to Seattle in one go.
That
didn't go home to anything. Just packed up the setups from Miami, just drove literally the longest way.
Shoutouts, if you ever want to hear about that drive, talk to Meeps or Callis, who they're from Florida. I can't remember the time frame they told. I think it was Callis was talking about this. It was like him, Meeps, and maybe like one of their parents or someone else maybe in the car. It might have just been the two of them, but I think it was 3 people. And they did the drive.
That was nasty. God.
They did the drive in like 3. They did the drive in like 3 days, like non-stop. I've heard cross-country insanity.
So I've heard from people that live. Serena also lived in Florida.
Yeah.
And also DC, rest in peace. He also drove from Florida to here, and he described it as, I don't know if you ever played Need for Speed Carbon. But
no. God, that's a callback.
That is a callback, but that's a game where it's like you're just driving around a bunch of like winding canyons and mountains and everything. And that's how we describe the drive. And I'm thinking, you're making that drive in a car, it's like a little treacherous. You're making that drive in a truck with 120 monitors and switches.
Yeah, it's a skill. There's a reason why Elon hasn't automated away all the trucks just yet, despite how much he'd like to.
I'm like, hey, these people from Gaming Gen, it's like, whatever they're getting paid, it's not enough. I mean,
you would know.
Yeah. I was like, they should get paid more salary. I don't want to pay more. I don't want to spend more money.
Somehow Gaming Gen gets a clip.
Yeah, they got to give their employees raises.
Let's get another invoice out to you right quick. Look at these Zare drops. It's so cool watching people who are just really good at just item play. I don't know. I'm a sucker for it. I know not everyone thinks it's super cool and impressive, but something about just a Toon Link dropping and catching a bomb over and over again is weirdly satisfying.
It is, yeah.
Bomb? It's always, you never know how the interaction's going to go when Toon Link's holding a short fuse and they're both 2 characters right next to each other. Always some shenanigans that are possible. Roll in?
Okay.
I thought maybe he was going to try to do
JoJo shakes his head.
The roll-in, explosion, clipping Nanoash type deal, but the Nanoash ledge trapping is very legendary and very difficult to get past, so...
Okay, JoJo's setting up the Great Wall of JoJo over here.
Yeah, I mean, this is... I'm just realizing, last stock... probably going to be last hit, but I mean, wow.
Off stage.
All of a sudden, starting to take, and it's always, I've heard these two talk about how their sets always end like this. It's always going to be close. But Nanoash needs to do something. If it's going to not get, I mean, the next up air confirm, if it's not stale, is going to kill. wave bounce, boomerang in on shield.
Oh,
tried
had
to
to
end the
read.
whole career there
Yeah,
with that
yeah,
charge smash tag, but Nanoash just navigating. Oh, and there it is with the up smash.
Good deal. JoJo moving to losers finals. I'm moving to my car because it's 11:15 practically.
All right, before you go though, any last things that want to discuss here on stream when it comes to Port Priority 8 in terms of players, what to expect, just anything like different maybe this year that you think is going to be a different flavor, and have you like also just like venue wise, have you from walking the venues, presumably you seen the venue, yeah.